Nice to see everybody. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Nona Lisa, thank you for the gifts. Barbara, hi. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, Susie. Hi, Nicole. Charlene, Kina. If you're new here, my name's Cass. I'm a psychic medium and spiritual coach. I can speak to animals. Yes, I do. Hi, honeybee. I work to bridge the gap between the spirit world and the physical world by providing knowledge and awareness that our loved ones are still very, very close to us, and with us all the time in our physical lives, even though they exist in an energetic world instead of a physical world now. And I do that by providing mediumship readings, psychic readings, intuitive guidance, and just bringing awareness and knowledge to how this all works and how real it really is. So hi, AZ Disney Girl. Hi. So essentially what we do here is, and tonight, guys, if you're joining now, I typically do mediumship, a couple of mediumship readings in the live. I probably will do more talking tonight. I might do a mediumship reading, but it will be spirit led. And I'm just taking some time to balance my own energy, because I did a lot there for a few weeks. So hi, Christy. So tonight it'll be more like spiritual chat. You can ask questions about your spiritual experiences, and I'd love to provide insight and awareness, depending on how I'm feeling. We will do maybe a mediumship reading. That's going to be spirit led. So it will be, I ask spirit to send someone forward that's meant to for tonight. I describe them, and then we find the person that they belong to, and then I will give them a reading. That reading is an evidential mediumship reading, which means I'm going to provide evidence of who they are. That can be what they look like, their personality, what they like to do, anything that they want to show me that validates their person. As an evidential medium, I work to truly bring the essence of your loved one's spirit close to you. So rather than just give facts to prove that I'm a medium, I really like to bring in their personality and bring through different things, and not even necessarily their passing sometimes, because I think that their passing is one very small part of a huge soul. Or in a powerful experience in this human experience, and just getting into just the passing is like, it validates what happened for sure, and there might be some good insight there as to your experiences together. But there's so many other cool experiences that happen in life, and there's like this beautiful personality. So while I'm an evidential medium, I do work a little bit differently than other evidential mediums. I will still provide evidence, but it's through experiences they had with you or their personality and things like that. I don't like to dwell on the passing, and I like to truly bring in the presence of your loved ones so you can feel them again, because the more we feel them and believe and we're aware of, like, remembering even how they felt as they stood next to us, and you feel their love for you, the more that they'll be able to come in your day-to-day life, and you'll feel them around in that space too. So I do try to provide that. And I also try to, thank you for the likes, thank you for the follows, guys. I also try to, as much as I can, what was I just going to say? Share. What was I just going to say? I have no idea. I just lost it. This is why we're doing more chatting today. Yeah, you can book a session with me, but it is through my website, connectionswithcass.com. And the subscriber live tomorrow, where we're going to do oracle card pulls for you guys, that's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm so excited for that. I have like a couple of decks picked out and a whole plan. It's going to be really fun. Someone can be reincarnated and their soul still exists in the spirit world from my perspective. So they are able to be connected through a medium, which we're all mediums. I'll get into that in a minute. But I was thinking, if soul reincarnates, does that mean the spirit isn't available to come through? So essentially how I perceive it from what I do in my human experience here is there's a the creation of the universe, or like the center of the universe, right? And I picture it, I imagine it, and we can all imagine it in different ways, and still it means the same thing. The way that spirit presents to us is how we are able to most translate it into our human consciousness and understand it in this lifetime. So this is how I perceive it. It's like a ball of beautiful unconditional love and light, right? And that can be God, creator, source, whatever you want to call it. But it's what is the center of all of us, and that's unconditional love and light, and that's what we were created. From there, there's strands of souls that come out, right? Like bajillions, obviously. And as they come down into the physical plane, their soul still exists in the spirit world, just like our soul exists in the spirit world, or like the astral realm. So our soul is existing in different realms at the same time, from my perspective. This isn't how everybody looks at it. So someone can come down and be incarnated on earth, but their soul still exists in the spirit world, and thus they can project who they were in their past lifetimes to us from the spirit world. So Mike is here. Yay. Thank you for the roses, Tina. Thank you for the follows, thank you for the likes, thank you for the shares. So only one spirit comes in at a time for you, and the loudest gets your attention. Not the loudest, although oftentimes it is, I don't want to say easier, but yeah, I guess it would be easier to communicate with people that were pretty vocal in their physical life. But when I set the intention to do spirit led, I truly set the intention not to have just the loudest person come in. I kind of open the waiting room, and then I ask spirit to send somebody through that it's just the right time for whatever reason. This platform is the right time. Maybe it's the right time to do it in front of a lot of people because other people will resonate with it, which is called a postcard. So more people are getting more out of the reading. And then also it could just be like the right time for the sitter to receive the message, and I'm the right medium to do it. So I do want to tell anybody that's interesting. So interesting. Wait, Spotter says, I realize maybe no one really knows. That's a great visualization. The only thing I can say as proof or evidence is that I am aware of a soul that is incarnated on this earth, but I also have connected to them in the spirit world. So that's kind of, and I meditated on it, and that's kind of what I saw. So that's my take. Since we are all capable of mediumship, what's the best way to get in tune with our gifts? Mandy asks that exactly where I was going next, Mandy. So thank you for asking. I believe that we are all mediums, guys. So if you're new here, my name is Cass. I'm a psychic medium and spiritual coach. I do try to provide as much awareness and knowledge and practical ways to connect to our true essence, which then opens our spiritual gifts. And we all have those spiritual gifts. So from my perception, I am a soul incarnated in a human body. The human body is my physical vessel for this lifetime, but I also have this energetic field around me that is guiding me just as much as my physical body, basically, or allowing me to experience a human experience just as much as my physical body does. And as I move about life, and this is for everybody, I'm just using me as an example, I have these energy vortexes or portals called chakras that are taking in energetic information constantly throughout my day. And that's why I can, if you're empathetic, you can stand behind somebody in the grocery store and feel that the vibes are off. The person has not done anything, but you just feel that the vibes in front of you are off. And that's because you're sensing their energy, right? And so their energy is coming into your awareness through your chakras, and then it's coming into your chakras, you're feeling it, and then you're consciously translating it. So when I connect to spirit, it's the same thing. It's just I'm connecting to a higher vibration, which is the spirit world. So I'm taking in information or communication from the spirit world. It's entering my chakras. I'm feeling it, maybe even hearing it, and then I'm consciously translating it into words for you guys to hear. So this happens all the time. We all have these energetic centers, and they're all working all of the time. It's just how we're able to translate it. And some people like myself are just more naturally attuned to be able to translate that information into conscious thought and then communicate it. But we all are doing it, right? So it's just a matter of learning. And some people are more naturally attuned, just like some people are more naturally attuned to singing. I always talk about how I am not a singer and I could maybe learn how to carry a better tune, but I will never be a professional singer. Mediumship, I am a professional medium and I didn't have to learn too much, but there are people that do have to learn more, and then they end up being just as capable, if not more than me, of being a medium. So it's all depending on, you know, what your attention is focused on. If you're actively learning how to receive communication through your chakras, or more translating, because we are always receiving communication, guys. I want to make that very clear. And a lot of times, if you have been here before, you know this, but for me, I was receiving this communication my whole life and I didn't know what it was. And it would manifest into anxiety and just an overwhelming sense of energy. But it wasn't even conscious, really. And I ended up, from a pretty early age, getting into using substances, mostly alcohol, but other things too, in order to numb the energy. And I would especially use substances when I was feeling very low, but also when I was feeling high. Like a congratulatory drink or a 20 was just as normal for me as like a low. And so I was constantly numbing the energy that was coming in that would manifest into anxiety. It manifested into depression. It manifested into me wanting to sleep all of the time to avoid thought and receiving this energy. And once I started to open up to my awareness that something more was going on, and I started to meditate and receive messages, then it all started coming together. And I was like, oh, wait a second. I like to sleep and dream so much because spirit is literally communicating to me. Or I could just lay in bed all day, literally all day. And it was just like, I would be half asleep and then I would just be like consciously like talking to no one, I thought, but I was talking to spirit. And I was just avoiding life, avoiding responsibility. Everything felt overwhelming. I was very depressed at times, anxiety ridden at times. And then also using substances and making really poor like life decisions with my finances and all sorts of things. And once I started to actively become aware that I was receiving energy and then translate it and learn about my gifts, lo and behold, here we are as a medium, and I feel very balanced. I'm free of my symptoms of ADD, which I was diagnosed with when I was very young. And all of that kind of stuff kind of just aligned. And now I feel excited for the day in the morning, which I never did before, honestly. And yeah, that's my little story about how to become a medium. So balancing our chakras is exactly what you can do to open your gifts, and learning about your chakras in general, and then being able to consciously change it. When did you realize you had this gift? So looking back, I was always pondering life's big questions, especially when I was in like nature settings. I would always seek out like sunrises and sunsets. In my mid-20s, I was kind of like interested in receiving psychic mediumship readings for myself, and was kind of like intuitively led, or like I think even given a gift card at one point to like go see a medium. And then I felt one of my guides come in pretty strongly around that time too. And then I started meditating in my late 20s, probably 27, 28. I'm 33 now. And that's really when I was like, okay, there's something more here. But it still took like 4 years for me to stop drinking and really kind of tap into it. And so I've been doing mediumship for a year now, actually. Hi, Kalina. Good to see you. Sorry, I'm scrolling through so much. Megan says, beautiful story. Way to go. Hi, Kim. Thank you. I don't believe in hell. No, I can talk about that a little bit. We all end in the same. Every soul is pure. The human experience is evolutionary. Love that. Absolutely love that. And recommendation for a good beginner meditation. I do. I just use like the guided meditations on YouTube. But how would I share those with you guys? I'll think about that, and I will think about how to share. Hi, Pamela. I just started. Cass, how are you? As I said before, guys, if you are here like waiting for a reading, I'm honestly not sure I'm up for it tonight. So I am going to just chat for a while, and we'll kind of see where it takes us. But if you're interested in the spirituality and healing, I love to chat about all of this. Somebody asked, is hell real? So I believe that every soul incarnates on earth to learn lessons. How many lessons we get through kind of depends on how much we raise our vibration in this lifetime. And after we leave the human body, we enter the spirit world, which is a higher vibrational plane in general, free of physicality, free of ego, free of free will. But the Insight Timer app is good too. But when we get to the spirit world, if we've made really poor choices and not learned the lessons that we're meant to, it will kind of play a part in what our soul decides to do next. And there may be more lessons to learn. We come back to earth an extra time, things like that. And so while every soul exists in this higher vibrational plane, when they pass, then there's no fiery hell or anything like that. If the soul needs to learn more lessons because they kind of screwed up in this lifetime, they'll be put through more lessons in the next incarnation, is how I perceive it. Eunice says, I lost my dad recently. I'm not sure I believe in all of this. Came to the right spot. Talk a lot about how all this works and do free mediumship readings to kind of, I don't want to say prove, but just provide evidence that our loved ones are still here with us for sure. A dark place is like, I perceive it as exactly what I said. And the type of vibration and what your soul is experiencing is purely dependent on you. It's not like some external force that's causing or pushing negativity onto you. But if you're vibrating in the state of whatever you're experiencing and learning, if that makes sense. I never really thought I believed in reincarnation, but the way you describe it makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I don't think it's like super relevant, like it happens all of the time per se, but it can happen for sure. My half-brother came through the other day in a reading, but we never met. How is that possible? Our souls have known each other for a very long time. And before we incarnated in this lifetime, we could have had lifetimes before with your half-brother, or your souls are just connected in a way. So it's very possible that I have that happen all the time in readings. When your souls are energetically connected via family or whatever it may be, life experience, then they are able to come through for you. Madeline says, my brother is passed at 26. I'm trying to get a sign. I'm sorry that your brother passed, Madeline. I highly recommend just looking into your chakras and healing the deepest parts of you, because the more that we heal, the more we open up to the spirit world. And I always talk about how our spiritual journeys and our healing journeys are very much intertwined and connected. And the more that we can heal the deepest parts of us and our grief and move through grief in a healthy way, the more that our loved ones are able to come through to us, and the more we wake up to the signs. A lot of times they are sending a lot of signs, but we're kind of numb to them. And that can be energetically or physically, like signs with our eyes. If we're so in our head and so in our heart with grief, we're not aware of everything that's happening around us as much. And if we're wanting something, even people that sit here and want a reading, that type of energy actually repels the good energy that's coming in. So if we want to attract this beautiful energy from our lost loved ones, we want to be in a place of light so that they can come in easily. Do you believe we sleep for a while after transitioning to ready our souls for the spirit world? I believe that we transition pretty immediately, and the delay that sometimes we experience in communication from the physical world to the spiritual world is actually on us energetically. We might not be in a place to receive the communication, but from my perception, I don't believe that, no. And guys, is there really any way to prove any of this? No, but this has been my experience talking to spirit and learning about all this stuff for the past couple of years. So once we die, we do a life review, feel, see everything. Then we reincarnate and try again in the next life. Ray, you have some good questions. But yeah, I think that's pretty much what happens but I don't see, but this is just my experience. So some people see the life review as you walk into this office and then they show you a video. The way that I perceive it is that once we leave our physical bodies and move into the spirit world and raise our vibration into that space, we are all one. We're, like I said, that ball of creation of unconditional love and light, God, we become that vibration, right? So once we're in that vibration, we immediately can look back at the life that we had and feel how our vibration now is very much different than what it was there and how it affected everything. So it's like in that state, you just have this innate awareness of the differences in variations of energy that happened on Earth that would have caused things to not go well in your soul, not to evolve as much as it could have. And Nona Lisa, do you ever go over what service you offered? I'm wondering if I missed it. Yes, yeah, I do. So at connectionswithcast.com, there's a link in my bio. I offer 45-minute mediumship readings. I offer soul readings that encompass a little bit of mediumship, a little bit of psychic work, a little bit of energy healing, and looking into past patterns, even from past lives, and then a little bit of intuitive guidance. So I do the soul readings that are an hour and a half long. Those are pretty hefty. And then I do intuitive guidance sessions as well. If you're having trouble with something in your life, I use a little bit of my psychic senses, a little bit of my bachelor's degree in psychology, and a little bit of my own human experience to just kind of help you guide and navigate you through that situation, and a lot of just spiritual perspective and soul purpose perspective in those sessions as well. What happens when you lose someone who is away from home? That is a great question, Lisa. So essentially, home in the physical plane is relative to location, but home in the spiritual plane is within us and around us all the time. So once a soul transitions out of their human body, they exist in an energetic field, which is all around us all the time. It's like, how would I describe it? I can't think of a good analogy right now, but essentially they're able to be everywhere at once, and it's just in the air. Like their existence is in the air in a higher vibration that we just can't see or feel with our physical bodies. But they're just energy, and so they're all around us and a little bit within us too, because if we're all one and our soul is that pure unconditional light and energy that's within us, we all exist in the same frequency at some level, but our physical bodies kind of keep us on Earth in that kind of time-space reality. Is it true that we plan out our journey here before we come to the physical world? Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the follows, guys. I just want to spread awareness about this stuff as much as possible and connect as many people as I can to their loved ones and provide evidence that they are very much still with us, guiding us on our journeys, and that, yes, we do plan out our loved ones and provide evidence that they are very much still with us, guiding us on our journeys, and that, yes, we do plan out our purpose and our soul. I think we plan out our lessons that we're meant to learn in this lifetime, and that is to learn in this lifetime, and that is our lessons in this lifetime. How we experience those lessons is up to our free will. By coming to Earth, which is a very dense, low vibrational place, we have a lot of opportunity to kind of make the wrong choice. But it's never really the wrong choice, because what happens is that we have this like easy path, but it's all a path, and we're always growing. We are always growing. Whether we take the easy route or the hard route, we're always going. It's just our human experience is going to be a little bit more difficult when we kind of use our free will and our ego to take the wrong choice. I say wrong very loosely. Mildred, he is with you for sure. All of our loved ones are with us all of the time. I can say that with 100% faith that my viewpoint will not change on that. My viewpoint might change on reincarnation based on what I experience in different communications with the spirit world, as well as my own experience. But oh, thank you, Mike. Yes, the shares, the likes, the follows do not go unnoticed, guys. Thank you so much. So what was I saying? Hi, Anita. Thank you for joining. I'm scrolling up to the chat. Somebody help me. What was I saying? Oh, thank you for the shares. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the follows. You guys are incredible. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you do bad in life, like crimes of sorts and spiritual, including. Yeah, so if you choose the wrong path, whether that be like really wrong path or just a little mistake here and there, and I don't even like the word mistake, but if we choose something that's not in our highest good, it's just an opportunity to learn a lesson. So once we identify that there is a lesson to learn there, if we still make the wrong choice or something that's not in our highest good, it's going to be a deeper lesson to learn. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a lesson there, but if we're kind of making these choices that are lower vibrational, that lesson is going to be tougher to raise our vibration. So once we pass into the spirit world, there's no judgment per se. It's just like, this is what happened and this is what we need to work on. Where are you going next? Loved ones are always with us. Always, always, always. Hi, Sheila. Good to see you. Do our spiritual guides change, or do we end here with who we started with? That is a topic that I have changed my viewpoint on. Not that I've changed it, but I think there's a lot there that it's very personal to each person. I think that's where I'm going to go with this. It's that it's very personal to each human experience, and that we have far more guides than we're aware of even. Like their energy is with us, but we might not be consciously aware. Even myself, that's very connected to my guides. Like I might have specific guides that I'm not aware of. And I think that there's way more than like what we talk about a lot in the spiritual community. But it can be both ways. I think I've had a guide that's been with me in my awareness for about 5 years now, but I've had another one that I can think back to signs when I was like 10 years old. And I think, yeah, it just all depends on what we're going through and where our awareness is. Okay. Do babies ever come through? Yes. Somebody asked why babies cry when they're born. I have to meditate on that. That's a very interesting question. It threw me for a loop. Okay. What else? Thank you for the likes, the shares, the follows, guys. You guys are the best. Is there a religion that teaches as close to the truth as possible that we should look into? If you enjoy structured religion and spiritual growth in that way, the spiritualist church would be my answer. I'm not very familiar with it, but I do know that like there are mediums that actually like do the services, and it seems to be as much in line with a religion that I would choose. However, I choose to kind of experience spirituality in an individualist aspect that allows me to connect to source in the way that is, I think, just most aligned for my growth in this lifetime. To have the freedom and the freedom to just experience it in my own way this time around. But I do know that I've had a past life where I was very involved in the church. And I think to myself, maybe I needed that in order to get to this space where I am now to experience it on my own. So whatever you feel pulled to, as long as it feels like it's in your highest good and you really are feeling a high vibration from your experience with spirit, it's all that matters. How come when I talk to my spirit guides, I feel like they don't love me? Right? probably is because something needs to be healed within your chakra system, most likely the heart space, but it could be your crown or your third eye as well. That something is off there. I always recommend doing a deep dive into your inner healing, inner child work, trauma, shadow, everything. So that can help there. The clearer we are as divine beings or just energy centers, the clearer we are, the more we can accept that unconditional love and light that they truly are. And if we ever experience spirit in a judgmental or non-loving way, it is a reflection of something that needs to be healed within us, because they are always a higher vibration than we are, and they are always full of unconditional love and light. And I can say that with certainty as well. It's to clear their lungs, Spunky says. I want to know spiritually, though, like if there's a correlation there, because there is always a deeper meaning to everything, more than just the physical body. Interesting. If someone's life is no longer a memory for anyone living, does their soul vibration cease to exist? No, we just keep going. Forever and ever and ever. And that's a good question, though. And Mildred says, gotta go chaos. Thank you so much. You were very sweet. You are very sweet too, Mildred. Thank you for joining. Jan says it also closes off an artery they will no longer need it. Interesting. Same thing with guardian angels. I think it's pretty dependent on each individual. So how can we open all of our chakras? I love that question. I'm very interested to hear your view when you decide. I'll definitely. No, don't have a stern talking with your loved ones. I mean, with your spirit guides, right? You got to have a stern talking with your heart space and really get to the bottom of what's still you must be holding on to a little pain from something somewhere, or not trusting that your guides and angels are of the highest good of unconditional light and love. There's trust, fear, all that kind of stuff can manifest into feeling like I actually went through a period, do I want to get into this full story? During my spiritual awakening, where I felt that one of my guides could be like negative, I guess. But I was experiencing his love through a place of, this is weird, I was just thinking about this before we came on here, fear for my own human experience, I guess. It's a long story, I won't get into it, but truly, they're coming in to help us, so it's a beautiful light, and they are always sending unconditional love. Sheila says, do we know our spirit? These are such good questions. Do we know our spirit guides and guardian angels? You can meet them in meditation for sure, or even they can come to you in dreams. You can do a guided meditation on YouTube that's like how to meet your spirit guide or how to meet your guardian angel. And you just go into a space in your mind and see them or feel them or hear them. And the meditation helps you find them. Oh, your grandma and grandpa will 1,000,000% be at your wedding this weekend. And they don't need to send, so I want to talk about this for a second. They don't have to send like a balloon from the sky saying, hi, I'm your grandma and grandpa. We're still here with you. When you feel their presence, you just have to trust that that really is them. And the more that you trust that that is them, the more they can send you bigger signs. So not questioning. If you smell them, I don't know why I'm like starting to smell my grandfather. So if you smell them or you feel their presence, or if you imagine in your mind's eye, so your mind's eye is the same place you go if I asked you to recall a memory, or if I asked you to imagine yourself going to the grocery store, you're going to look in your mind's eye and see yourself walking into the grocery store. That's where I see spirit. So in your mind's eye, if you can see your loved ones or feel them or know something that they would say in that moment, like you're at your wedding and, oh, if my grandmother's here, she would say that. That's your grandmother. It's your grandmother. And the more you believe that, she can send you a balloon. She probably can't send you a balloon, but she might make the music staticky for a second or something. If you meditate to meet them or see them, is it considered a sin, or is this okay? It depends on your, no, it's not a sin. It's connecting with our divinity, like our soul exists in, we are a soul having a human experience. Am I saying that right? Our loved ones, our guardian angels, our spirit guides are all entities of unconditional love and light that are here to help us. And the more that we're aware of that and connect with them, the more our soul can grow, and the more we move into our highest good, and the more light that we can shine into the world. And that's the whole point, for our soul to grow, right? And for us to learn lessons and become better people. And if our guides can come in and help us become better people, to be better partners, to be better mothers, to be better fathers, to be better employees, like literally everything in life, it could never be considered a sin, right? And that's my perspective. I mean, other religions might call it a sin. But from my point of view, if I'm going to become a better person, which through my spiritual growth, I have become a better person, that's the best thing from it. Like a kinder, less judgmental, more balanced, sober person, then no, how could it be a sin? Oh, Vintage Chicks. It's your birthday tomorrow. I forgot. It's tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm so excited for that. Nick says, what's the difference between a ghost and a spirit talking to you? I don't like the word ghost, guys. One thing that I don't talk about a lot is that I don't like the word ghost. We are all souls, and we are all going to be ghosts eventually. So, yeah. Is there a hell that people will suffer in? No, there's no hell. And what's the difference between a ghost and a spirit talking to you? There is no difference. It's just our perception and our awareness of what's coming into our awareness. And so if I'm leading from a place of fear, I'm going to call it a ghost and be like, oh, it's messing with me. But if I'm looking at it as an unconditional love and light vibration that's coming in to help me, or share something with me that is important for me to move forward on my path with my highest good, then yeah, it's going to be a positive experience, and we're going to be connecting with spirit. Not, it's going to be a positive experience, and we're going to be connecting with spirit, not talking to a ghost. Sorry, that's the only word I know to describe. No, it's so true. I don't mean to say that to you, Nick. It's just like, there's so many things in our culture, like even the whole Halloween thing, that it just like gets me, because it's like, we're all gonna be that. Why are we making this a fearful thing? Like, and that's where you'll encounter experiences with the spirit world that are scary, and they shouldn't be, because they are unconditional love and light. But our human experience and our blockages in our chakra systems, due to what we're conditioned to feel about ghosts, will block us from connecting to this beautiful spirit, this beautiful unconditional love and light. A ghost is a soul that died but has attachment to earth, so they stayed in the lower astral. That is one take on it, yes. There's several different perspectives on that. It's my understanding that they have crossed over, but it's a projection of their soul's energetic imprint on the space that then leads people to see the ghost. But I believe that all souls transition to the spirit world, but there can be energetic imprints left in projections of their soul that are still on earth, but their soul could still be connected to in the spirit world. And guys, we can even be, how do I even describe this? Just like somebody could even still be reincarnated on Earth, have this energetic imprint projection, and exist in the spirit world. It's a lot. But I do believe that our souls are multi-dimensional and can be in all different places at once. So it's not just like they're stuck here and then they'll go. I lost my baby 5 months ago, and since her passing, I've opened up to different energies inside. That's beautiful, Sheila. I'm so proud of you. I'm so sorry that you lost your baby, but I'm so proud of you for exploring your spirituality and opening up your awareness. And I'm glad you found this page because I think you'll enjoy it, just learning and having an open mind. I see I've heard that before as well. Actually, the person that taught me that was Cindy Kaza. Is that how you say it? Cindy Kaza. She has like a paranormal investigation show on the Travel Channel, but she also just does mediumship. And I kind of used what she was saying and then meditated on it and used my own experience to kind of form that idea around how ghosts work. It's comforting to know our babies are here with us. 1,000,000%. Absolutely, they are here with you. They're here with all of us. And their soul and your soul cross paths for a reason, and they're helping you, guiding you, loving you more than you'll ever realize in this lifetime, okay? Are our guardian angels our loved ones who have passed? We can have loved ones that are past that are very close to us energetically that guide us and help us, but there is a lot of talk about that we have angelic beings that are with us as well. Your dad is with you. Good night, Elle. I haven't seen Elle's name. Thank you for commenting in the chat. Nice to meet you. If I missed you before, but good night. If you subscribe, you could come to the subscriber Oracle card pull tomorrow if you're interested too. $3.99 a month. Is that what it is? $2.99, $3.99 a month. Tried to make it really affordable, and just so everybody could kind of get just a little bit more insight into my life as a psychic medium, some more content, and subscriber only lives as well. And if you're interested in booking a reading or intuitive guidance, if you're interested in talking more about your spiritual development, I offer all those types of sessions at connectionswithcass.com. What's it like connecting to animals? That's such a good question. So for me, it's different for everybody, but for me, I feel why your souls crossed. And I don't always see them like I see humans, but I feel how and why your souls crossed at the time that they did, which is really cool. And they'll also show me, like, I can see their surroundings, and kind of like their personalities. But yeah, they really like to tell me why they entered your life when they did. Which I set the intention with people and animals to kind of like show me the evolution of their soul and how that evolution like affected others in their lives. So it makes sense that animals are souls and humans are souls, so they're going to come through with that more than some things from their physical life. Are spirits harmed in any way when we communicate with them through a medium? Like, does it disturb the rest? No. No. So they're energetic beings that are constantly with us, and they're constantly sending us communication. We're just not, like, for me, like as a medium, even like a naturally attuned medium, I just wasn't aware of what's going on. As soon as I started to tap into it, I realized how much communication is constantly coming through. They're always guiding us, guys. They are always loving us, always guiding us, and there is no rest there because there's no physicality. And it's just this beautiful place of unconditional love and light where they can just be love and be light all of the time. And that's how they're able to be with us all of the time and send us communication all the time. And the more we develop our intuition and heal our energetic centers to allow this communication to come in and to be more open vessels to understand what's happening, the more that we can experience their love and communication on our own, and also be open to working with a medium to connect with our loved ones as well. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the follows. Hi, Phyllis. That's so cool, Debbie says. Anita, my cat, Jimmy, is looking at you on the screen and rubbing her face on the phone. Will you be teaching us how to develop our intuition as subscribers? Yes. So I'm going to set up, I was just telling Alyssa this, that I had planned, before I forget to answer this, our spiritual guides, ours and ours alone, are shared. And before I forget to answer this, our spiritual guides, ours and ours alone, are shared. No, they can be helping many people. And as far as subscribers learning to develop their intuition, I'm going to set up I was going to do a 4-week course in November, but the timing just is not working out. So like, it was supposed to be Tuesday nights and it's just not working out. So I think I'm going to do like a subscribers only intuition chakra workshop for like 2 hours one day, like a weekend day, mid-November. And then I'll add like more content posts there too about that kind of stuff. But we're going to do like a workshop that you can join for free for subscribers too. And I'll try to do like at least one of those a month. So yeah, thank you guys for all these amazing questions. I am so excited. Kristen, right? I get so confused with the usernames versus your real names. Jan D, you gotta subscribe. I can't believe Jan D isn't a subscriber. I don't want to call you out, but you're always in the chat. I love it. Can't wait. Mackenzie says, I remember. Mackenzie, I didn't tell you this, but my horse's name is Murphy. I had a reading today and she said I was a medium. You are. We all are, but some people are more attuned, so you must be more attuned. I love that. Thank you for answering. Of course. Yeah, I am happy to answer all of the questions. Hi, Autumn. Good to see you. Jan says, I was just thinking, Dan, I have not subscribed yet. Yeah, you gotta subscribe. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the follows, guys. I just want to spread this awareness as much as I can. And yeah, connect as many people as I can. Hi, Tanya. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. If you guys just joined or you're new here, my name is Cass. I'm a psychic medium and spiritual coach. I do offer private sessions at connectionswithcass.com. I love to come on here and talk about all things spiritual, all things healing, because I believe that the healing journey and the spiritual journeys are very much connected. And the more that we can bridge the gap between the spirit world and the physical world through knowledge and awareness and mediumship and following our intuition and all these kinds of things, the more divinely led lives that we can live. And when we're divinely in touch with our divine nature and we are living a life of purpose and moving towards our highest good by making choices that are reflective of us knowing that we're here for our souls to evolve and wanting to evolve our souls, and making choices that are sometimes harder but really provide more growth. Jan's a subscriber, yay. Hi, Anna. So the more that we can make better choices and live in our divinity is how we progress more as souls and live a happier, healthier, more fulfilled, balanced life also. Nona Lisa, thank you for subscribing. This is exciting to get to know you guys. So yeah, I'm excited to like build a community where we can chat too and stuff, and the lives should be really fun for subscribers. So I'm excited for that. Tomorrow we're going to be doing a subscribers only live where we do, I'm going to pull an oracle card for everybody that comes. But it's going to be a little bit more fun than I just pick a random oracle card. I have a couple different decks and you guys will get to pick which deck you'd like a card from, etc. So it'll be really fun. I'm excited. I can't wait. I started my journey a couple months ago. Yay. Perfect timing that we're together now, Jan. I love it. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. You guys are amazing. Debbie says, dream. I was in the kitchen. Dead grandpa was in the laundry room, but every room I went, he was in another room behind me. Well, he's showing you that he can be everywhere at once. I love that. There's definitely something there with fear, Ray. So you just want to work through that fear of spirit. That's a projection of something within you that needs to be healed, and he's just the tool to show you what needs to be healed within you, and that he is always around, but it's in a beautiful, unconditional light way, not from a place of fear. Jen, I think you have been watching me since I only started this, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, but it has been the most amazing experience. And I want to thank everybody that comes into these lives, because the energy has been beyond what I could ever imagine from TikTok. I've heard horror stories about TikTok, and I was like, it's so funny, you guys. I don't think I've ever shared this, but as I was going about my mediumship journey and starting to do readings and all of this stuff, just a month ago, right? And I do have a YouTube channel. I upload all of these lives onto my YouTube channel starting today. No, I started last week, but I've been inconsistent. This one will be on YouTube right after this. It takes forever, so I'm just trying to learn how to do it most efficiently. But what was I saying right before that? Can someone help me? Oh gosh, I get so distracted. I just said I don't have any more symptoms of ADD, but I do. Oh, got it. It was so funny. As I was going through my spiritual journey and awakening, I would get these psychic readings, and I would practice with other psychic mediums, so all the time. And I would constantly get, I see you going live on TikTok. And I would roll my eyes and be like, that's the most silly thing, generic thing you could say. Cause I would be like, oh, I'm, developing social media for my psychic mediumship, whatever. And they'd be like, I see you going live. And me being the total believer that I am, just kept being like, really? That's what they're telling me? And lo and behold, here we are. It's been the best experience ever in my whole mediumship journey. So I think that's so funny. Always trust that everything that's being said to you and that comes into your awareness is for a reason. And especially when you're working in the spiritual world, it's a beautiful space where you can get really amazing insight. You just have to trust it. How wild the journey has been. Thank you. You took it so well. I can't believe you just started. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. That was weird. Thank you for the gifts, guys. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the follows. Oops. Things happen. All right. I think I'm going to head out and go to bed. I cannot tell you how excited I am for the extra hour that is everybody else getting an extra hour tonight? Oh, that's where your fear is coming from, right? Hell is not real. It's not real. I will get into that, but so glad you share your love, light, and knowledge. I'm so glad you guys share your love, light, and knowledge. Yes, we fall back. Yes, I can't wait. Tomorrow at 7. So excited to see you. I hope you guys all have amazing sleep as well. And I'm so grateful for all of you and for spirit and for all of this journey. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Good to see everybody. And I hope you all, oh guys, thank you for the gifts. All right. I will see you tomorrow. Love you all. Thank you. Bye. I'm Eastern Standard Time. So 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If we can't make it tomorrow, will you post a recording of it? Potentially. I will. I don't know if everybody wants their readings on YouTube. So I'm not sure. Probably not, actually, Mandy. For the subscriber only, it'll probably be when I'm doing a bunch of readings for people. Just because sometimes things come up that like you wouldn't want your mom to see or somebody to see that could go on YouTube and see it, you know what I mean? So it'll be our little thing, but I hope you can make it. And if you can't make this one, I'm gonna try to do one subscriber live event a week at least. So maybe Sunday nights if that works for people, but we'll see. Okay, thank you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Love you all. Bye.